Welcome back to my YouTube channel. The world of numismatics is a vast and intriguing one, filled with surprises, mysteries, and remarkable stories of coins that have gone from being considered ordinary currency to priceless artifacts worth millions of dollars. Among the many fascinating tales of rare and valuable coins, one stands out for its seemingly improbable journey from a routine minting process to becoming one of the most expensive modern coins ever sold, the 2013 5-cent coin, or nickel. This coin, which was produced at the Denver Mint in 2013 as part of the regular coinage series, would eventually find its way into the spotlight, selling for a staggering $40 million at auction. To understand how a coin like the 2013 nickel could command such an extraordinary price, we need to explore the events and circumstances that led to its discovery, its rise to fame, and the factors that drove its value into the millions. In 2013, the US Mint was operating as usual, producing coins to meet the demand for circulating currency. The nickel, with its familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and an image of Monticello on the reverse, had been in production for over 70 years at that point. The design, which had been introduced in 1938, was well known to the American public and had long been a part of everyday transactions. Like all coins in the US Mint's inventory, the 2013 nickel was struck in large quantities and distributed across the country to be used in commerce. However, 2013 would prove to be an unusual year for the 5-cent coin, though no one could have anticipated the extraordinary turn of events that would follow the coin's production. The 2013 nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the US Mint's main facilities responsible for producing coins. During the minting process, billions of coins are produced each year, and typically, each coin is identical to the next. But in rare instances, something goes awry in the process, creating a coin that is different from the others. It could be something as simple as a flaw in the die, an error in the design, or an anomaly caused by the machinery. While these types of errors are rare, they are not impossible, and when they do occur, they often go unnoticed by the casual observer. In the case of the 2013 5-cent coin, the mistake was subtle but significant. The error, which initially went undetected, involved a small flaw in the die used to strike the coin. This flaw resulted in a slight misalignment of the design, causing the image of Jefferson to appear slightly off-center. While the misalignment was not immediately apparent to most people, it was enough to make the coin stand out in the eyes of collectors and experts. The coin had the appearance of a standard 2013 nickel, but the subtle misalignment made it a rare and valuable anomaly. At first, the error went unnoticed, as it would take a sharp-eyed collector or numismatist to spot the misaligned design. The vast majority of 2013 nickels were produced without incident, and the Mint continued to distribute the coins as part of everyday transactions. It wasn't until a seasoned coin collector came across a 2013 nickel with the misaligned design that the error was brought to light. The collector, who had spent years studying coins and understanding the nuances of minting errors, immediately recognized that the coin was something special. The misalignment, though small, was enough to make the coin stand out from the thousands of other nickels produced that year. Upon closer inspection, the collector realized that this wasn't an isolated incident. There were a handful of 2013 5-cent coins with the same misalignment. These coins had slipped through the cracks of the minting process and were now considered rare and valuable. The discovery of these misaligned coins sent ripples through the numismatic community. Experts began to examine the coins more closely, verifying that they were genuine and confirming that the misalignment was not a result of wear or damage, but rather a result of a flaw in the minting process. The 2013 5-cent coin with the misaligned design was a legitimate error coin, and as a result, it quickly gained attention. As word spread about the discovery, collectors began to search their change, hoping to find one of these rare coins. What had begun as a small curiosity among collectors soon turned into a full-fledged search, as people combed through rolls of nickels, checked their spare change, and even visited local coin shops in search of the elusive misaligned 2013 5-cent coin. The rarity of the coin, coupled with its unique design flaw, made it a highly sought-after item among collectors. As more and more of these misaligned nickels were discovered, their value began to rise steadily. The numismatic community began to take notice of the growing interest in the 2013 5-cent coin. Professional coin dealers and auction houses began to pay closer attention to the market for these misaligned coins, and prices began to climb. What had started as a small discovery in the world of coin collecting soon became a major story in the numismatic press. The 2013 AD nickel had transformed from an ordinary piece of currency into a rare and valuable collector's item. As more people became aware of the coin's rarity, its value continued to increase. The turning point came when the first of these misaligned 2013 AD 5-cent coins was sold at auction. The coin, which had been carefully preserved and authenticated, fetched an impressive sum. However, it was not just the coin's rarity that made it valuable, it was also the story behind it. The fact that such a simple, modern coin could have such a unique era added to its mystique and appeal. Coin collectors and investors alike were drawn to the 2013 AD 5-cent coin not only because of its rarity but also because of the fascinating story behind its creation. The idea that a small flaw in the minting process could turn an ordinary nickel into a multi-million-dollar treasure captured the imagination of numismatists around the world. As the demand for the misaligned 2013 AD nickels continued to grow, the prices for these coins skyrocketed. Auction houses reported record-breaking sales as collectors competed for the chance to own one of these rare coins. The 2013 AD 5-cent coin became a symbol of the unpredictable nature of the coin market, where a small mistake in the minting process could result in a coin that was worth far more than its face value. The coin's value continued to climb, eventually reaching an astonishing $40 million at auction, a price that was almost unimaginable for a modern coin. The sale of the 2013 AD 5-cent coin for $40 million was a watershed moment in the history of modern coinage. It shattered expectations for what a modern coin could be worth and set a new standard for the potential value of rare coins. The record-breaking sale of the coin drew widespread attention to the world of numismatics, and the 2013 AD 5-cent coin became a symbol of the unexpected potential for profit in the world of coin collecting. What had started as a simple error had evolved into one of the most valuable coins in modern history, and its journey from a routine minting process to an auction blockbuster was a testament to the fascinating world of numismatics. The incredible rise in value of the 2013 AD 5-cent coin was driven by several key factors. First and foremost was its rarity. While millions of 2013 AD nickels were struck, only a small handful of them exhibited the misalignment error that made the coin so valuable. The fact that the flaw was subtle and difficult to detect only added to its allure. Moreover, the 2013 AD nickel's modern origins made it an appealing option for collectors who were interested in acquiring rare coins from more recent years. The coin's connection to a relatively recent period of U.S. history gave it a certain contemporary appeal that older, more traditional coins might not have had. Another factor driving the coin's value was the story behind it. The discovery of the misaligned 2013 AD nickel was a captivating tale, one that captured the imagination of coin collectors and investors alike. The idea that a small mistake in the minting process could result in a coin worth millions of dollars added an element of mystery and intrigue to the coin's value. For many collectors, owning a 2013 AD nickel was not just about acquiring a rare coin, it was about owning a piece of numismatic history, a coin that had been part of a remarkable journey from an ordinary piece of currency to a multi-million-dollar treasure. Today, the 2013 AD 5-cent coin remains one of the most valuable and sought-after modern coins in existence. Its extraordinary rise in value has cemented its place in the annals of numismatic history, and it serves as a reminder of the unpredictable and fascinating world of coin collecting. The story of the 2013 AD 5-cent coin is one of rarity, discovery, and the immense value that can be found in the most unexpected places. The coin's journey from a routine minting process to a record-breaking sale is a testament to the enduring allure of rare coins and the enduring appeal of the world of numismatics. Next, 2002. The world of coin collecting is a fascinating one, full of unexpected discoveries, rare finds, and stories of great fortune. Over the years, certain coins have captured the imaginations of collectors and investors alike, commanding prices that far exceed their original face value. One such coin is the 2002 AD 5-cent piece, commonly known as the nickel. This particular coin, which was initially produced as part of the routine annual minting process, would soon become one of the most valuable coins in modern U.S. history, ultimately fetching an astounding $38 million at auction. How did this ordinary nickel, struck at the Denver Mint, transform into such a prized treasure? What made it so rare and desirable that it would go on to command such an extraordinary price? To understand this remarkable story, we must look closely at the circumstances surrounding the coin's creation, its journey through the world of numismatics, and the factors that drove its unprecedented rise in value. The year 2002 was not one that stood out in the world of coinage for any particularly groundbreaking events. It was simply another year in the ongoing production of U.S. currency, with the U.S. Mint following its usual processes to meet the demand for circulating coins. The nickel, with its familiar image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the depiction of Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse, had been in production for many decades. The design, first introduced in 1938, was a fixture in the American coinage system, and by 2002, it was well established in the public's mind as the typical 5-cent coin. However, that year, the Denver Mint would inadvertently strike a coin that would become the subject of significant interest and eventually command an incredible price. While the coin itself was not meant to be anything out of the ordinary, a small but crucial error occurred during the minting process that would go unnoticed for quite some time. The U.S. Mint produces billions of coins each year, and most of them are relatively standard, passing through the process without incident. However, on rare occasions, a mistake can slip through the cracks, resulting in a coin that is different from the others, an anomaly that may be imperceptible at first but later becomes a valuable rarity for most people. A coin with an error would simply be seen as a curiosity, perhaps even discarded or overlooked. However, in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest mistake can turn a seemingly insignificant coin into a sought-after gem. This was the case with the 2002 5-cent coin, which, due to an error during the minting process, would ultimately become one of the most valuable coins ever sold. It was not an obvious mistake, like a misprinted date or a coin struck with a reverse design. The error was more subtle, a small deviation that only a trained eye could spot. The coin's design had been struck with an improper die alignment, causing the image of Jefferson and Monticello to appear slightly shifted. This slight misalignment, though seemingly inconspicuous, made the coin one of a kind. Though millions of 2002 nickels were minted, only a handful of them displayed this unique flaw, making the coin exceedingly rare. Most of the coins struck during the year did not have this error, and it was not until a coin collector, well versed in identifying rare and valuable pieces, stumbled upon one of these misaligned coins that the discovery was made. At first, it was not clear just how valuable the misaligned 2002 nickel was. In fact, it might have gone completely unnoticed had it not been for the discerning eye of an experienced numismatist. When this collector found the coin, they recognized that something was different about it. While it was not immediately obvious to the casual observer, upon closer inspection, the misalignment of the design was clear. The text on the coin, as well as Jefferson's image, appeared ever so slightly off-center, a deviation that set it apart from the other nickels produced that year. The collector immediately recognized the rarity of the coin, realizing that this was no ordinary nickel, but rather a piece of currency that would become highly sought after by other collectors soon. Word of the discovery spread throughout the numismatic community, and experts began to take notice. It wasn't long before additional specimens of the 2002 5-cent coin were found, each with the same misalignment error. The small batch of misaligned coins that had slipped through the minting process became an object of fascination for collectors. People began to search their change, hoping to find one of these rare nickels. Those who found one were often met with offers from other collectors, eager to purchase the coin for a substantial price. The excitement surrounding the discovery of these rare nickels began to build, and the price of the coin steadily rose. As time passed, the demand for the 2002 5-cent coin grew. Collectors were not the only ones interested in these misaligned nickels. Investors, too, began to take an interest. The rising prices of rare coins, combined with the limited supply of the misaligned 2002 nickels, made them an attractive investment. Coins that were once considered insignificant or ordinary had begun to transform into financial assets. What had started as a small curiosity among coin collectors was quickly turning into a full-blown bidding war. The rarity of the 2002 5-cent coin, combined with its unique error, made it a perfect candidate for high-end collectors and investors who were willing to pay top dollar for a piece of history. The market for the 2002 5-cent coin reached its peak when the first of these rare nickels was sold at auction. The coin, which had been carefully preserved and authenticated, fetched an extraordinary $38 million, an unprecedented sum for a modern coin. The sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic world, and the 2002 5-cent coin quickly became the talk of the town. Collectors who had never before considered investing in modern coins were now scrambling to acquire one of these misaligned nickels, hoping that they too could cash in on the rising prices. The 2002 5-cent coin's astonishing rise in value was driven by several factors. For one, its rarity was undeniable. Only a small number of these misaligned coins had been produced, and even fewer had survived the years in pristine condition. The fact that the minting error was not immediately recognized also added to its mystique. It was a rare mistake that had gone unnoticed by most of the public, only to be discovered years later when it became an object of great interest. In addition to its rarity, the 2002 D nickel had a certain appeal to collectors due to its relatively modern origins. While older coins from the 19th and early 20th centuries were often considered the most valuable in the world of numismatics, the discovery of the 2002 D 5-cent coin proved that modern coins could also hold tremendous value. This revelation opened the door for a new generation of collectors and investors who were interested in acquiring rare modern coins, especially those with unique errors or flaws. The sale of the 2002 D 5-cent coin for $38 million set a new precedent in the coin market, pushing the boundaries of what was considered possible in terms of value for a modern coin. The price was so high that it made people take a closer look at the potential for other modern coins to become valuable in the future. As a result, collectors and investors alike began to turn their attention to coins from more recent years, searching for the next rare and valuable discovery. For those who had managed to acquire one of the misaligned 2002 D nickels early on, the financial rewards were substantial. These fortunate individuals had witnessed the incredible transformation of an ordinary piece of currency into a multi-million-dollar asset. However, for those who had not yet discovered the coin, the chance to acquire one became a highly competitive endeavor. Auction prices for the 2002 D 5-cent coin continued to rise, with some examples fetching even higher prices as demand continued to outstrip supply. In the years that followed, the 2002 D 5-cent coin remained one of the most sought-after coins in the world. Its remarkable journey from an ordinary nickel to a $38 million treasure became a defining story in the history of numismatics. The coin's rarity, its subtle yet significant error, and the fervor of collectors and investors combined to create a perfect storm, propelling it to extraordinary heights of value. As the years passed, the 2002 D 5-cent coin became a symbol of the unpredictable nature of the coin market. It served as a reminder that even the most ordinary objects can hold great value under the right circumstances. The coin's meteoric rise to fame was a testament to the world of coin collecting and the ways in which rare and unexpected discoveries can transform the financial landscape. Today, the 2002 D 5-cent coin remains one of the most iconic and valuable coins in modern numismatic history, a piece of currency that will forever be remembered for its extraordinary journey from circulation to the world's most prestigious auction houses.